Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma.
Yes. Yes, sir. Kindly wait for 5 more minutes, sir. Participants will be joined, sir.
Okay, no issue, no issues.
Okay, sir.
Screenshots are important. Photo important. Photo important. Reports important.
Sir, may I start the
Yeah,
event, sir?
yeah, madam.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. Today we continue this journey with equal enthusiasm and curiosity. It is our honor to welcome today's esteemed resource person, Mr. Patan Feridoz Khan, sir, Assistant Professor at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Mohan Babu University, Tirupati. His expertise in AI and technological innovation will surely offer valuable insights and practical understanding to all participants. I warmly welcome all our educators, participants, and guests who have joined us once again. Your your consistent engagement and eagerness to learn make this FDP truly meaningful. Let us look forward to another insightful and inspiring session today. Thank you, and once again, a heartfelt welcome to everyone. Welcome, sir.
Okay, ma. Good evening, one and all. Am I audible, ma? Gayathri?
Yes, sir. Audible,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
So, so myself, Patan Feridoz Khan. I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of CSE, Mohan Babu University. So, totally 16 years of experience I am having. So, today I will do my FTP on generative AI and prompt engineering. First, so in this session, we are going to be read regarding the what is the introduction regarding to generative AI, evaluation and applications, prompt engineering techniques, tools and the platforms, risk and the challenges, future trends. So in this session, we are going to discuss about the introduction to generative AI, evaluations. So that is the generations and the applications of generative AI, prompt engineering techniques. We are having some techniques regarding the prompt engineering, the tools and the platforms, and what are all the risks and the challenges. Next, the future trends. Next. First, coming to the what is meant by generative AI. So, generative AI, it is a branch of artificial intelligence that focus on creating new content. So rather than giving the old content, here in this generative AI, it is giving the new content of the data. What type of data it is, such as text or any other images or any other audios, videos, code or any other designs, 3D designs. So here it is generative AI. It is a branch of artificial intelligence that is focused on creating new content. So it will give the new content. So based on the patterns learned from the existing data. So already data is available. So based on that data, new content is going to be provided. So instead of just analyzing or recognizing the information, so these generative AI produce a original output that resembles the human creativity. So here in this characteristics, so if you see, so majorly four characteristics that are available. That is learn from the large data sets using the deep learning model, generate the new content that didn't exist before, can mimic human-like creativity. So learn from the first characteristics is learn from the large data set using the deep learning models. What is a deep learning model? So these deep learning model it consists of interconnected layers of nodes. It consists of interconnected layers of nodes. Each layer here has to transfer the data to extract the abstract feature. So it is having the so many number of nodes. All these nodes are going to be interconnected with each other for transforming and extracting of the data. Here in this deep learning model, here I said that learn from the large data set using the deep learning model. So what are all the deep learning models we are having? We are having the deep learning models like CNN. What is the CNN? Convolution neural networks. Then RNN, that is a recurrent neural network. And we are having the ANN, artificial neural network. These are the different deep learning models. There are some other deep learning models are also there. So, but the major we are using these three models only. That is the CNN, RNN, and ANN. So CNN is convolution neural network, RNN is a recurrent neural network, and ANN is an artificial neural network. Next characteristics is it generates a new content that didn't exist before. So every time it is going to give the new content only. And the next characteristics, it mimic the human-like creativity. It mimic means, so if you see in the previously actually we are having some toys like this. What type of toy means? It is a talking Tom cat like this. So previously actually that talking Tom cat, if we, whatever we tell, it will going to be repeat the same. But nowadays the talking Tom cats, if you see, whatever we'll say in same modulation only, it is going to be mimicked. So if a boy is sending some data, whatever he is saying, the cat also same resembles on that modulation. If a old woman so talks that to the cat, so same modulation the cat is also responsive. So this is the advanced of the generative AI. So it's going to be mimic the human like creativity. Then next one is examples of generative AI. Examples of generative AI, we are having the majorly ChatGPT. So examples of generative AI, we are having the different examples like ChatGPT, Doll AI, that is a mid-journey, or in Music LM, that's the GitHub Copilot. So what is the purpose of ChatGPT? So the ChatGPT, it is used to generate the text and the answer questions. So generally the ChatGPT, it is going to give the text and answer some questions. So whatever you want to write any ChatGPT, it is going to generate some text. Whether right or wrong, that is a secondary. It is going to generate some text and giving the appropriate answer. 90% it is giving the appropriate answer only. Then second one is mid-journey. Here in this mid-journey, it is going to be create images from the text prompt. So if you write any ball, it is going to be create one image. Then, if we going to give any music element, it is going to be generate the music. So if we say any music, any movie name, it is going to generate the music. At the GitHub, this GitHub or the Copilot, it is mainly used to write the programming code. All this the GitHub Copilot, sorry. So it are all mainly used for writing the programming code. So these are some examples of generative AI. So ChatGPT, Midjourney, Music LM, and the GitHub Copilot. So ChatGPT, which is used to generate the text and the answer, giving the appropriate answer to the question, and the Midjourney, it is used to create an images from the text prompt, and Music, which is used to generate music, while as a Copilot, which is used to write the programming code. Next, why the generative AI is important? Why it is having this generative AI? It is having the more important. So in the area of what type of the fields that are going to be, or in each field, what is its application? So first, in the case of education field. So in this education field, the where this generative AI is used in, it is used in personalized tutoring or the content creation. In this education, the major application where we are using this then AI is for the personalized tutoring. So if you see, if nowadays, whether any students or any the staff, if you want, they want any search any material or any other data, they're directly going to the chat GPT and they are getting the answers. Whether correct or not, that is a secondary. First, they are going to check the answer. Then if it gets the correct answer, okay. If it's not getting any correct answer, then they are going for the another tool like Copilot, okay, like that. Then in this generative AI is major another field was the healthcare. In this healthcare, it is mainly concentrated on the drug discovery, medical imaging. So drug discovery means, so what if the drug that has been used in that drug. So then in the coming to the business, finance, the automation and the data augmentations. Coming to the entertainment, movie effects, music composition, gaming. Coming to the movie effects, if you see the latest movie, the Coolie, in that the Coolie, the Rajnikant, they have used the visual de-aging technology. So previously, there is no visual de-aging technology. There are some other movies they have used this visual de-aging technology, but it has been failed. But the first time they have the Rajnikant de-aging was absolute suited for that, and he has used that AI generated voice also. So if you see in the Coolie, the climax part, all those are all visual de-aging technology, and they have given the AI generated voice. So if you say yes, the previous movies also they are using, but in this previous movie is not been up to the mark. So this is the first movie that they have used this de-aging technology. So in the entertainment, the movie effects, music composition, gaming. Coming to the software development, the code generation, testing tools are the major applications of this software. So why the generative AI is important is, so regarding the education, the healthcare, business and finance, entertainment, software development. Next, coming to the, I'll tell you with a simple example. If you give any generative AI a prompt, I'm giving one prompt. A prompt is a question. So I will write one question like, write a poem about the moon. So I write one simple sentence. Write a poem about the moon. So it will give answer like this. It will produce a new poem rather than not copied but created from the learned pattern. So it is actually, it is not copied from the learned pattern. If we write any poem about the moon, it will produce a new poem. It is not copied, but created from the learned pattern. For every time it is going to be asked any question, it is going to be produce a new poem regarding that moon. My screen is sharing or not? No? Someone has written not sharing. Anyone please respond?
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir.
But I shared in this one. Just a minute, ma. I will just.
Yeah, yeah, sir, yeah, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Someone please tell me if anything is problem and that's now okay now.
Yeah, sir. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, okay. So for previous slides, this one actually I have discussed overview of today FDP, that is introduction generative AI, evaluation application, prompt, tools, platform, risky challenges, future trends. Next, what is my generative AI? So just I'll go through this of my. So this generative AI, it is a branch of artificial intelligence. It is going to be create any new content. So what is meant by content means the text or the images or any audios. So instead of just analyzing or recognizing information, generative AI is going to produce a original outputs. So the key characteristics I have given like learn from the large data sets using the deep learning models, then generate the new content that didn't exist before. It is going to mimic already I discussed. Then in the next slide we are going to discuss about the what is the. So why AI is important? So in this, I'm going to discuss about the what are the different fields we have used in this generative AI, like education, healthcare, business, entertainment, and the software. So these are the four slides. Just to go through it. Then next slide. So in the simple example I have given, so in the generative AI, if you're using this generative AI, I have given, so write a simple a poem regarding the moon. Write a poem about the moon. So it will give a new poem rather than not copied, but created from the learned patterns. So previously actually, if you write any poem regarding the moon, so it will give one answer. So after some time, again if you're going to ask write a poem about the moon, it will give another answer. Another time if you ask any poem about the moon, it will give the new answer. The answer is 90% is real only, correct only. Okay, but it not any copied one. Next. So these evolutions of generative AI. So these evolutions of generative AI, so we are having the number of generations. So 6 generations are there. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and the fifth generation. These are the different generations we are having. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So if we take the first generation, so the first generation is it's range from 1950 to 1980. So that comes those 30 years. This comes under the first generation. Just like our evolutions of a computer is there, no? First generation computers, so transistors we have used, then capacitors we have used, then VLSI technologies, then LSI technologies. These are all whatever we have used in the computer. Here also the generative AI, we are having the evolutions of generative AI. The first generation, it has been used from 1950 to 1930. In the span of 30 years, all those computers that are whatever the technology they have used, those all comes under the first generation. And the key innovation was used as rule-based AI, but the output was really no real content generation. Coming to the second generation, the time period is 1990 to 2000, only 10 years. Those are all those generations. It comes under the statistical model. So statistical model means mainly regarding the stats formulas. So the basic text speech patterns, basic text or speech patterns in the sense we can give any text or we can give any speeches also it will recognize. Then third generation is 2010 to 2014. It is the deep neural network. So deep neural network, it is from the learned representation. It is for the learned representation. Coming to the next one, fourth generation, it's ranged from 2014 to 2020. In the span of 6 years, those are all comes under the fourth generation computer. Here in this fourth generation computers, we are using the GAN and the transformer. What is meant by a GAN? A GAN is a generative adversarial network. GAN is a generative adversarial network. In this GAN, we are having the two types, that is a generator and the discriminator. In this GAN, it is having consist of two types, that is a generator and a discriminator. What is meant by a generator? Generator, what it means, it takes the noise and produces a fake data. So generator, what it does, it takes the noise and produces a fake data. While discriminator, what it does means it takes a real data and try to distinguish them. So in this discriminator takes the real data and try to distinguish between them means what is the real data and what is the fake data. It is going to distinguish them. Okay, so generator means it is going to produce a fake data, while the discriminator it is going to collect all those data and it is trying to distinguish among those data. That is a GAN. And another one is a transformer. What is a transformer means? It is the state of art technology or architecture for a languages, that is a NLP, natural language processing. So and it is a highly parallelable. It is a transformer is it. Then the fifth generation is 2021 to till now, whatever the 2025. So all these are all we are using the fifth generation model only. What is this fifth generation model means? It is a diffusion and a foundation model. What is this diffusion and foundation model? What is a diffusion model? So this diffusion model, it is a type of generative AI that creates the images starting from the random noise and gradually converting into the clear, meaningful output. What is a diffusion model? It is used as a type of generative AI. So it is also a type of generative AI which is used to create the images. As I already discussed, we are going to create any images starting from the randomly noise. Randomly noise means some raw data and gradually convert into the meaningful output. So we already so data mining is also there. What is data mining? The data mining it is which is used to extract the raw data into the meaningful data. We are having some raw data. In that raw data, we are going to be converting into the meaningful data. That's a diffusion model also. Same this one. Then in this diffusion model, multimodal and the high generative of AI is used. These are the different evolutions of generative AI. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and the fifth generation. So these generations it starts from the 1952 and up to 2021 they have been given these generations. Then and the key technology behind the generative AI. What are all the key technology that is behind the generative AI? So majorly there are the four key technologies that has been used. That is the neural network, next transformer, next LLM, next one is diffusion model. So first one is neural network, next one is transformer, next one is LLM, next one is diffusion model. So what is already LLM? What is neural network? So this neural network. So this neural network, it is a brain-inspired computing system. Brain-inspired computing system. It is learned from the pattern from the large data sets. Foundations for the modern generative model. So this neural network, it is an older versions. Now we are using the ANN, that is artificial neural networks. So previously the neural network, it is a brain-inspired computing system. It is learned from the large data sets. Coming to the diffusion models. So as I already discussed about this diffusion model, it is a type of a generative AI model which is used to create any images from the randomly noise. So in this diffusion model, so here in this diffusion model, it is going to be gradually transforms the noise into the high quality images. So here the current state of art. Here the current state of art. Example, the stable diffusion for the mid-journey. Coming to the LLM. So this LLM is a large language model. It is a transformer. It is based on neural network trained on massive text data to understand the generate and reason with the natural language. So LLM is a large language model. So it is a transformer which is based on neural network trained on the massive text data to understand the generate and reasoning with the natural language. It is trained with the massive text data sets. It is going to be answer any questions, write the content, reasons and converse. So example our Gemini AI or Chat GPT. These are all some examples regarding this LLM models. Then some popular generative AIs, what are all they are doing actually, we'll discuss. So the first one is text. If you want any text, what type of tool we are using? So one is the Chat GPT, Gemini AI, Claude. These are the best tools for generating any text. If you want any text, we can use these tools: Chat GPT, Gemini AI, Claude. If you want any images, then we can go to the Midjourney, Stable Diffusion. These are the tools. If you want to if you want to extract any code, then we can use GitHub or the Copilot. GitHub or the Copilot are the best tool for generating any codes. If you want any videos, Runway ML, Sora. These are the two tools that have been used. Audio, we can use the Voice AI and 11 Labs. So these are some given some basic tools, best tools they have been used for the different categories. There some other tools are also, but I have given some best tool. For if you want any text, we can go to the Chat GPT or Gemini AI. If you want to go any images, we can go to the Stable Diffusion or the Midjourney. If you want any code, we can go to the GitHub Copilot. If you want any videos, we can go with the Runway ML. If you want to go any audio, go with the 11 Labs or the Voice AI. Next, what are the applications of generative AI? Major these applications are education research, software development, healthcare diagnostics, content creation, video animation, audio and music, image and design generation. Education and research, software development, healthcare diagnostics, content creation, video animation, audio, video, image and the design generation. Next, we'll go through the line by line what is by this one, all this one. So first, we're going to discuss about the text and the content creation. What is by text and the content creation? The chatbots, the virtual assistant like the Chat GPTs, these are all the best example for creating any text and the content creation. So for the text means we can we can go with the Chat GPTs. Then automated report writing, email drafting. If you want any email draft, we can use these Chat GPTs. Then summarization and translation. If you want any translate from English to Telugu or Telugu to or any other languages, we can easily use this Chat GPT. And creating and writing stories, poetries, blogs, we can use the text and the content creation. The next example is application is image and the design generation. Image and the design generation, AI generated art, logos, poster. So design generation mainly for the logos, posters, or any other images. We are using this AI image and the design generation. Fashions and the product design, interior and architectural design, photo enhancement, all we are using this image and the design generation. Next, audio and the music. AI composed musics and the soundtracks, voice synthesis and the cloning, audiobook narration and the dubbing. So AI composed music and the soundtracks. So if you want any music with the AI mixing, so for you can go audio and music, AI composed musics. So here now actually we are getting this what we say BGMs and tracks we are getting. Only they will get only the BGM background score without any voices, without any what we say songs, everything. We will get the BGMs. That's one. Then we voice and synthesis and the cloning. We can add some more other voices to the hero voice, to the villain voices, like the clonings. Then the audiobook narration and the dubbing. All these examples we can do applications that can be done in the audio and music. And another one is video animation, movie CGIs, deepfakes, automatic video creation from the text prompt. So all these CGI, so computer graphics images. Okay, now wherever, whichever the movie we are taking, they are going to be right. We are having the 100 CG works, 1000 CG works, like this. These are all the computer graphics. Okay, videos and animations. All these are all the applications regarding the videos and the animation. So some actually automatic video creation from the text prompt. If you give any text to create any video, also they are going to be provided. Next to another application is software development. healthcare. So in this software development, the code generation, the debugging, the automated testing tools, so the documentation creation. So here in this code generation, the debugging, so the whatever, if you want any codes we can use the co-pilot, we can use the co-pilot for the code generation, and the debugging, if you want to check any errors in your program, so you can go with the debugging, and the automated testing tools, we can test the programs, and the documentation creation, if you want any documentation regarding those projects, we can document them. And regarding the healthcare, the drug discovery and the molecular design, medical images analysis, and the personalized treatment recommendation. So these are some examples, some applications regarding the healthcare, drug discovery and the molecular design. So what type of the drug that are, if, for example, if you take any drug, what is my inside, or if you take any tablet, what are all the drugs that have been used, and molecular designs, how much of the percentage has been used, which drug, how much percentage, and medical image analysis, all these are all comes under the applications of healthcare. Next, in the application, another two applications I have given, that is the education and the business and the finance. Coming to the education, so in this education, personalize the learning content, intelligent tutoring and the question generation, assisting tools for the teachers and for the students. I said already, if you say nowadays all the students, staff, majority of the staff and the students, they are all depends upon these activities or any generative AI tools. So whatever the content, if you want, you can directly go to the chat GPT and they are getting all those content. Next, intelligent tutoring and question generation, assistive tools for the teachers. So these all these tools we are majorly student and the staff, students and the staff both are using very effective manner. In the case of business and the finance, in this business and finance, market analysis and the forecasting, market analysis and forecasting, customer support automation, document processing and the data augmentation, market analysis and the forecasting. So in this market analysis regarding this one, the share markets, what are all the analysis, which share has gone to the upside, which share has down, all this one analysis, customer support automations, then the document processing, those are all comes under the applications of business finance. So these are some basic applications regarding the generative AI. So what is all the education research? Education research, software development, healthcare diagnostic, content creation, video animation, audio and music, image and the design generation. Next. These are the applications of generative AI. Next. What is meant by a prompt engineering? So what is meant by a prompt engineering? So this prompt engineering, it is a process of designing, structure, and optimizing the prompt. So this prompt engineering, it is a process of designing, structuring, and optimizing the prompts. So what is a prompt? A prompt is nothing but small instruction or an input. So how we are going to be give any input to a computer? Just like we are doing some instructions for any input to get the best possible response from the generative model, like ChatGPT, OpenGemini, or this one. Okay. So this prompt engineering, it is a process of designing, structuring, and optimizing the prompts. So what is meant by a prompt? In the question I have given, what is meant by a prompt? A prompt can be, it is a one question, we can give any question. What is the color of the sky? What is the color of the moon? What is the color of the sun? When question, or any other command. So if you say any Unix commands or Linux commands or any other subject related commands or any other description or any other example based input, that prompt, it can be any type, whether it is any question or any other command or any other description or any other example based input it can be. Then, so why the prompt engineering becomes very important? First one is it improves the accuracy and relevance of AI responses. So if you see the ChatGPT, it gives a 90% of accuracy, 99% of accuracy results only. And it is reduce the misunderstanding and errors. And it reduces the misunderstanding and errors, the hallucination. Then it helps a user to control tone, style of and the format of the output. It enables a domain-specific usefulness regarding the education, coding, and the business. So why this prompt engine become more important means it is giving the accuracy results, and it is going to be reduce the errors, and it helps the user to control the tone, style, and the format of the output. Right. So I have given the prompt type. So what are all the prompt type and different types of prompt types and their example. So first one is a single prompt. What is meant by a single prompt means? Simple prompt means it is going to be explain cloud computing. Explain cloud computing. That is a simple prompt I have given. So same this simple prompt we can ask in some other manner. It is a role-based prompt. We are having the different types of prompt like simple prompt, role-based prompt, structured prompt, context-rich, creative prompt. First one is simple prompt. What is a simple prompt? So in this simple prompt I have given explain cloud computing. Just for ask explain cloud computing. So same question can be asked as in a role-based prompt. In this role-based prompt, I have asked you are a teacher. Explain cloud computing to the beginners. So same question for the role-based. Role-based means teacher one role, student one role. So the student beginner level. So the teacher is a intermediate level, like expert level. So you are a teacher. Explain cloud computing to the beginners. So same question can be asked for in the different prompt. The next one is a structured prompt. The structured prompt I have given you 5 bullet points on the cloud computing benefits. So if you see in the MS Word, we are having the bullets and numbers. So there I have given, give me the 5 bullet points on the cloud computing benefits. What are the advantages of cloud computing like this? In this the context-rich prompt, I have given explain cloud computing benefits for educational institutions with an example. So same question with an example I have given. Then last one is a creative prompt. In this creative prompt, write a poem about the computing line in 4 lines. So these are the 5 different types of prompt that are available. So simple prompt is explain cloud computing. And role-based we have asked you are a teacher, explain cloud computing beginner. In the structured prompt I have given you 5 bullet points on the cloud computing benefits. In the context-rich prompt I have given explain cloud computing benefits for an educational institution with an example. And creative prompt write a poem about the cloud computing in 4 lines. All these are all the simple questions only. Simple instructions, simple input. But the way of asking the question is differ. Next, the key techniques in this prompt engineering. So in this prompt engineering, we are having the different types of roles like role assignment, few shot prompting, 0 shot prompting, chain of thoughts prompting, constraint. We are having the 5 techniques in the prompt engineering: role assignment, few shot prompting, 0 shot prompting, chain of thought prompting, constraint. So first coming to the role assignment defines the AI role. AI role, whether it is an expert, whether it is a doctor, whether it is a tutor, whether it is a beginner, whether it is an intermediate, like the what is type of AI role. Then few shot prompting, it provides the examples to follow. Then 0 shot prompting ask without example. So few shot it asks with example, and 0 shot ask without an example. Then Chain of thought prompting encourage the step-by-step reasoning. Step-by-step reasoning. And the constraint, it is used to specify length, format, and the tone. So these are the different techniques in the prompt engineering. Role assignment, few shot prompting, zero shot prompting, chain of thought prompting, and the constraint. Next. So few shot prompting I have given like this. So one question, so many questions are there. Just I will follow only. I will tell you, explain only one example. So few shot prompting allows us to provide examples in the prompt to steer the model towards a better performance. So I have given one question, that's the odd number in this group adds up to a even number. So I have given the 8, 9, 15, 12, 2, 1. The answer is false. Why? Because the odd number in this group adds up to the even number 17, 10, 4, 8, 12. Next, coming to the chain of thought prompting. In this chain of prompting, it is going to be further improved by instructing the models to reasoning about the task when responding. It is very useful for the task that required for the reasoning. You can combine it with a few shot prompting to get better result. You can use a zero shot chain of thoughts. Examples are not available. So here in this example, I have given the odd number in this group add to a even number. Like I have given some numbers like 4, 8, 9, 15, 12, 2, 1. Here I am going to be adding all the odd numbers 9, 15, 1 gives 25. The answer is false. So same actually. Zero shot prompt. Here in this zero shot prompt involves adding the let's think step by step to the original prompt. So given one example, this one. Okay. Next. Timing is running out. That's well. So here actually, what are all the designing prompt for the different tasks? So here are some examples. The task has been covered. What are all those tasks? Text summarization, question answering, text classification, role playing, code generation, reasoning. Text summarization, question answering, text classification, role playing, code generation, and the reasoning. First we'll discuss about this text summarization. So here in this text generation, in the context they have given some 4 or 5 something lines. So in this instruction, explain the above in one sentence, but it can't explain. So because it is having some around 8 or 9, 10 lines, how can it can be in one line? So that's why he's given some antibiotics or a meditation or something. Then we'll go for the next one, that is question answering. So in this question and answering, I have given some text. So in this text, what the question has given, what was the OK3 originally sourced from? This OK3, it is originally from the mice. Question and answer. Next, text classification. In this text classification, they classify the text into neutral, negative, or a positive. So in that text, actually they have given, I think the food was okay. So the sentiment is neutral. If I say that the food was very amazing, very good, that means it is going to be positive way. If I say the food is not up to the mark and the food is very bad, it is going up to the negative way. If I said the food is okay, just okay something, it is going to be neutral way. And role playing. So role playing means that is a to and fro communication. So human and the AI. So human, hello, how are you? So AI greeting, I am a research assistant. Can you tell me about the creation? Something they are going to be. That is a to and fro. Then code generation. Here in this code generation, so if you give any answer, any DBMS or any other coding languages, they will going to be provide the question from that code generation. Then reasoning, aptitude and the reasoning. If you want going to give any questions, it will going to be give the results. Then in this real world, in this prompt engineering, the real world applications where we are using is in In the case of education, in the case of business, software development, design and the media, research and the data analysis. So in these real world applications where we are using is education. So education in the sense both the student and the staff regarding this education, business for generating any reports or any other customer supports, everything in the business. And in the software development, the code generations or any other project documentations or any other development of a software project, everything there were used. And the design and the media, the art, the video generation, the music, everything comes under the design and media. And the research and the data analysis. Then challenges and the solution. Challenges means next to what are all the challenges of this prompt engine. Hallucination is nothing but the errors, data privacy concerns, bias and the fairness issues, ethical misuse, copyright infringements. So sometimes we are getting the copyright issues or ethical misuse. Some are using with for their own purpose. Okay, so bias and fairness issues, and there may be chances of any thefts, online thefts. Then they are sometimes they are getting the errors. These are all the probably challenges for the upcoming. Then what are all the risks that are going to be evolved? So in this risk, we are having the three types of risk that are going to evolve. That is a project injection, prompt leaking, jailbreaking. So the popular risk are the prompt injection, prompt leaking, jailbreaking. What is meant by a prompt injection? So the prompt injection, it is an injection which is used to hijack an LM output by injecting the untrusted command that overrides the instruction of a prompt. So most probably it is going to be concentrate on the prompt with the another user generated prompt. So one prompt it is going to be hijacked with the another prompt like this, override is going to be. That is a prompt injection. Then prompt leaking. So in this prompt leaking, it is mainly used to force the model to spit out the information about on the prompt. Here it is going to be divide those prompt into the split up. This can lead the leaking of either sensitive or any private information that are going to be confidential. Then jailbreaking. So this jailbreaking is another form of prompt injection where the goal is to bypass the safety and the moderation features. So this might sound like a difficult task, but it's not, because this model usually served the static and might have these vulnerability due to the many factors and the data it is going to be trained. Then last we come to the last part, that is a teaching, research and the future scope. So in this academic and the research opportunity, this Gen AI driven pedagogy. So this is a personalized learning. It is a research in CVs, robotics, and it is come to the AI content quality assessment. Interdisciplinary innovations. So academics, research opportunities, AI driven. So research in the CVs, robotics, quality assessment. These are all some teaching future scopes. Then future trends in the generative AI. The future trends are multimodal AI, AGI development, AI augmented faculty productivity, AI for the Indian languages, self-learning autonomous system. So the future trends are multimodal AI, AGI development, AI augmented faculty productivity, AI for the Indian languages. AI for the Indian languages means the AI is also going to be produced in the different languages, our Southeast languages or any Northeast languages that are there. Next. So finally, the last slide is the conclusion. So the conclusion is I'm going to be end up with the generative AI plus the prompt engineer. The combination is very good. The generative AI plus the prompt engineer, which are going to be give a smarter workflow, a innovative teaching, and enhanced research outcomes. So till now we are using this generative AI, but the combination of this generative AI and the prompt engineer, the results are the best results for getting the smarter workflows, innovative teachings, enhanced research outcomes. So there ends the my session. It's already time, I guess. Gayatri,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, my session. Yeah, Emma.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Participants, any queries from your side? Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, may I conclude the session, sir?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, sir. Once again, good evening, everyone. As we
good
conclude
evening.
day 3 of our faculty development program on empowering educators, generative AI, and prompt engineering 2025, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. First, and our heartfelt gratitude to today's resource person, Mr. Patan Feridoz, for his insightful and engaging session. Your explanations, practical perspectives, and clarity have added tremendous value to this program and enriched our understanding of AI driven teaching practices. I also extend sincere thanks to all the participants and educators who joined us this evening. Your enthusiasm, questions, and active involvement made today's session vibrant and meaningful. A special appreciation to the ICRD and SKRGC Academy organizing team for their dedication and smooth coordination throughout the program. Finally, thank you to everyone who supported today's event in big and small ways. We look forward to your continued participations in future academic initiatives. Thank you all and have a wonderful evening. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Emma.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir,